Hello, I'm TitanWarlord. How's it going? So, basically, I'm going to do something very different because it's that time again, isn't it? E3. So this is E3 is the event where we all get to know what developers and publishers have been up to in the last 12 months, letting us know about the future project coming later this year and beyond. And that's what, because I really love E3. It's just how they present the new games to us is pretty much got excited. But there are times where some publishers hype games and it didn't deliver to our expectations. But some games can do that, some games can't do that. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do reaction videos. Okay, so for today, because I'm away for the weekend, I thought I'm going to do reaction videos for selecting my personal highlights of E3 history. And then I'm going to do reacting of some press conferences like Xbox, or no, don't have an Xbox, but it'll be fun. PC game, Ubisoft, and possibly PlayStation and Nintendo, but I'll let you know on Twitter for that. Okay, so, oh, I can't do the Electronic Arts and Bethesda, by the way, because, well, I'm away for the weekend, and I can only watch it on my smartphone, well, from my tablet, yeah. So, unfortunately, but, yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, so, we're now going to do a bit of, okay, so we're going to play some old videos, and then I'm going to react to them, and, you know, these are my personal highlights, so there could be some worse and the best ones. So, I'm going to try and make this, trying to get as much and short as possibly. So, alright, let's do this. Okay, now.
Hi.
Yep. Now, as you can see, this is the Konami press conference 6 years ago. I remember this. That was the best, worst.
No longer
there we go. Now I know him. I know this guy. I know him for years.
While pushing the envelope of what Silent Hill has been known for.
Silent Hill has helped shape what horror games are meant to be, so we're borrowing influences from what the successfully executed in the past. The disturbing creatures, the mind-boggling and mind-bending psychology that transports players to an alternative nightmare world. And in the process, we're evolving our core combat in a logical direction, as opposed to just increasing...
El elegido.
Oh, what's this? Oh my god. Okay. Wrestlers in the... Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Okay, now Naoki Ueda is a producer for Dance Dance Revolution, which he isn't anymore. He's made a game called Crossbeats for Capcom, but I know that anyway. So yeah, he also produced a game called Dance Evolution, and to be honest, not big into that, but you gotta love this guy. Oh my goodness. What am I watching? Did I pick the wrong video for this? I picked a video of somebody editing the highlights and added some music to it, so oh, look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes.
You can compete in the online leaderboards and battle with armies of the more than 1 million troops.
Oh yeah, 1 million troops. You gotta love the Japanese culture.
1 million troops.
And the message was clear. PlayStation 3 is not an incremental upgrade to our previous platforms, but is truly designed to advance our vision for computer entertainment today. It requires huge financial investment,
This was Sony's worst press conference, where they unveiled the PlayStation 3. And they showed the games, everything.
And we're not about cutting corners to rush a product to market.
It's unbelievable. When they first unveiled the PS3 pricing structure, it was very expensive.
and a monster
I mean,
instantiates.
$599 for 60 gig.
Gimmicks.
So you
This
can
was
position
10
this
years ago.
next to your TV screen and see for yourself what is coming up behind you.
And we're certainly not interested in conventional thinking.
Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history.
Oh yeah, Genji
The
2,
essence of the
you know.
PlayStation DNA is real change.
The stage
Giant enemy
also
crabs.
based on famous
Yeah.
battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So
Oh, yeah,
here's
remember
this
this bit.
giant enemy crab.
As we gear up for the November launch, we're very excited to share with you the phenomenal progress we've made in just a year's time.
Yeah.
When we entered the portable
All
space
right.
with PlayStation Portable, I often received two questions. Why did you wait so long? And why now? One single answer. The ability to offer the right product strategy at the right time. It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer.
Oh,
And
this
as
is
the
so
global leader,
cringeworthy,
our
that is.
mission at
I'm
Sony
not gonna
Computer
lie,
Entertainment is to create
I'm a
products
PlayStation
that truly
man.
inspire
I'm a PlayStation
and
man.
entertain fans
And
around
this
the world.
kind of hurts in the guts,
I
really.
heard that the graphics on it was crazy.
Yeah, that was the actual Sony ad.
PlayStation 3 is powered by Cell. We have invested billions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of man-hours. It's a processor with power
Did you say
rivaling that of
man-hours?
supercomputers, uniquely designed to support massive data processing required for digital entertainment. The essence of the PlayStation DNA is real change. So, what does all this mean? Ridge Racer! Simply put, we are giving the content creators unprecedented
Whoever
power
edited
to express
this,
their creativity and for the consumers to
you're
emotionally
gods.
connect with
You're-
and to enjoy the
you're-
content that is created
you're
with a level
Kratos.
of interaction, sophistication, and reality that has never been experienced with any other platform.
A lot of great new features for this game. Features as real-time weapon change
With PlayStation 3, we are taking it to the next level.
to flip over this crab on its back if he shows up, and you attack its weak point for massive damage.
The next
Oh
level.
boy.
Attack its weak point for massive damage.
Our development teams all around the world, in all of our studios, have been hard at work converting that technology and vision into magic.
I could see you put a lot of work into this. Oh, what a fail.
Another exciting aspect is the ability for consumers to make microtransactions, $599 US.
And we've been digging deeper and discovering what kind of muscle this machine really has.
You know, I used to do videos like this. You know, I used to take words, mix them up, and put them into a sentence in a way that it makes sense. Okay, this guy calls himself Mr. Caffeine. He calls himself Mr. Caffeine because he tries to be funny, so he tries to be all energetic, like really hyper, and he does that do segment, you know. I think you'll see in a minute.
Well, I guess I now know
That was
where
5
not to
years
take the
ago.
kids on vacation this year. Hey, want to come over and play my Wii? We should connect. And thanks to the Sony Move, here.
I'd
hold
rather
my
not.
joy wand. Yes, I'm not afraid of a few dick jokes, thank you. More and more of gaming is sharing. Now, much of the time, it's the kind of
I'm
sharing
sorry,
that
but
compels us
he
to send pictures to
he
each other.
makes Aisha
But this-
Tyler do presenting a lot better.
And how about this picture of this karate studio? Okay.
He does. He sounds like a reject voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Now it all
Yeah.
started with the Wii, and now with the Connect and Move, you might say it's multiplying like rabbits. Wait a minute, rabbits. We at Ubisoft know something about rabbits, don't we? It's not the regular kind of rabbits. I'm talking about the loud, obnoxious, slightly deranged, poop on your toothpaste kind. Okay, so we've got it. Gaming is adventure. Gaming is sharing. Gaming is life. But sometimes gaming is all that and a little bit more. Sometimes it's just a hell of a lot of fun. Sometimes you have to put down the hand weights and pick up the daggers. Everyone do it with me.
Oh please, no. Okay.
You are approaching Cell.
Oh.
You are only seconds away. I have arranged for you to meet my
No, if this was like HD remastered, that would still look pretty amazing after more than 20 years.
Please, don't disappoint him. He doesn't like that.
We are 5 years away from entering the 21st century. Humankind stands on the edge of the interactive age. You have come a long way. But are you ready for the future?
Introducing Sega Saturn. Aw, hit it. Sega's next generation gaming platform. Revolutionary sports and arcade gameplay. All with amazing new 3D.
Well, you see, with the Sega Saturn, when they make the announcement, okay, and they said that the shipping, like now, retailers weren't aware of that, and that caused a huge number of problems. Although there are some games for the Sega Saturn that is an absolute classic. And I have to say, graphically, that looks... To be honest, I never actually owned a Sega Saturn console, ever. I've only got I used to have a Mega Drive, but...
Sega Saturn, the benchmark of engineering excellence, combining
Wait a minute.
32-bit RISC processors with
Are
5
those...
additional processors to create a head-snapping 500,000 polygons per second. Experience Sega Saturn's monster torque and parallel.
Do you know what? If game companies announce new consoles, they should do something like this. I mean, it is pretty engaging though. I mean, right now they announced the consoles like live on stage, and I feel watching this again. I mean, despite the failure of the Sega Saturn, I mean, watching this, I mean, Nintendo does it right. I mean, they do like recently, like Nintendo Directs, they do something like this, to, you know, to keep the fun, to keep the entertainment, to keep everyone engaged in their announcements and the news that they make. So, but yeah. Okay, so to conclude the video, we're gonna go back to the last year's PlayStation Experience conference, and that was a good conference. There's a lot of great announcements.
We're witnessing an historic evolution in gaming, full stop. One that is not only redefining how we play, but is broadening the appeal of PlayStation to more people than ever before. But let's get on with it. Our first game tonight has been long anticipated by the gaming community.
Now, do you know?
It is conceived as a poetic story.
Do you know? It's funny, right? Because when he sees something, you know, that the first game is discussed, long anticipated by the community, they all thought it's going to be the Final Fantasy VII remake, and then it turns out to be The Last Guardian. But still, everybody's waiting for The Last Guardian as well, because it's been absent for a while, and now it's going ahead for the PS4 release later this year. There we go. And let's just skip to about over there, I think. Yeah, about over there. Now, obviously, The Last Guardian is made by the people behind Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. Is that right? Yeah? Yeah. I'm sure this is gonna be brilliant though. It still looks really good. When they first showed The Last Guardian like years ago, like I think about 2009, well they announced it in 2007 and they first showed it in 2009. It looks great, and it still looks great to date. They know what they're doing anyway. It was originally going to be a PS3 title anyway. But yeah, that was cool. That was pretty cool. Horizon Zero Dawn, Guerrilla's very first new original IP, because they've been over the last 10 years they've been heavily focused with Killzone. They said they took risk with this, but that is a good risk because that looks good. I mean, it's all about the old ages against the modern machinery. I mean,
the stories don't tell.
If it's done right,
went.
then this is gonna be great. This is very innovative.
Now, many years ago, Square Enix released a groundbreaking title that went on to become one of the most beloved games in PlayStation and video game history. Tonight, I am proud to announce that by popular demand, we have a very special treat for everyone.
Now that is what you call an announcement. You know, back at their first ever PlayStation experience, they all thought they're gonna get this, but apparently they'll get it remastered. But then they knew something's wrong, so they thought, E3, this is one of the best announcements in E3 history. The crowd reaction was unbelievable. And do you know what? When I first heard, you know,
yet with each fond remembrance, we knew.
Do you know, when I first watched this, I just cannot contain my excitement. I was like, OMG.
We would see them.
That is unbelievable.
Perhaps
they actually doing it.
Wishful thinking.
Looks like Square Enix has their hands full in a moment, and they just recently announced the Final Fantasy XII HD remastered, and Final Fantasy 15.
There are now the
and the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake.
The reunion at hand.
They've got a lot of work to do.
It may bring fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings.
Anyway, let's just watch a little bit, and you see the reactions getting.
For they are.
You see the reaction getting. You see.
At last,
as soon as they saw, you know.
Made.
Now listen to that crowd reaction. Listen. You see? That's a reaction. That's a reaction. Well, speaking of I'm gonna have to end the video there. So I will do a reaction video for. Well, I'll let you know on Twitter what I'm doing. Anyway, click the subscribe button for more content. Anyway, I'm going to do some editing now before I'm heading off. Well, actually, I'm already away, so you're watching this on the Sunday. That's when I uploaded it anyway. So, thank you guys. Speaking of reactions, I'm gonna have to conclude with this. Now, you see, back in 2013, they both Microsoft and Sony introduced their new consoles, the Xbox One and the PS4. Alright, now, that was, I have to tell you, the biggest comeback ever. Now, watch this.
Of new titles on PlayStation 4.
Now, as you can see, when Microsoft messed up by, you know, when they first introduced the Xbox One, they actually cocked up. You know, they cocked up because apparently they introduced like the online policy that every time you had, like when you go on the Xbox One, you had to always be online, but PlayStation just put it right. Now, watch this.
Focused on delivering what gamers want most.
And Jack Tretton, by the way, is an amazing inspiration.
PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers.
Sorry for the ads.
Guess that's a good thing.
You know, it's like they added this in the last minute because it's like they watched the Microsoft press conference at the time and then they thought, oh, I think they messed up, so we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to add this in the last minute.
Person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
You see, he's smiling away because he knows this shit happens.
In addition, PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play.
You see, even they themselves like messed up when they unveiled the PlayStation 3, and they turned it around.
Player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically.
There you go. You keep smiling there because you knew that's going to happen.
And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
Oh. Okay. There we go. Alright, okay, now we're going to come to the end of the video, so thank you for watching. Don't forget, what should we do? I don't think the reaction video is going to be ready in time, so I'm going to put up a gameplay for Monday. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see. Well, you'll see tomorrow anyway. Click the subscribe button for more content. New content gets published every single day. Trying to. Doing well. Anyway, oh, excuse me. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. I've been TitanWarlord. You've been awesome. I hope you have a good E3, and hopefully it's going to be a better one. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.